Hello and welcome to another episode of Cyrils Brettspiele. My name is Nils and today, in a nutshell, Jórvík from Stefan Feld, Stronghold Games and eggertspiele. Yes, let's talk about Jórvík. Jórvík is a reprint, a retheme of the old Speicherstadt. Some people say Speicherstadt, but it's Speicherstadt. And yeah, now it's themed to Vikings. In the old days, it was for goods trading in northern Germany. Anyway, in a harbor area. Let's see about the components first and two different variants. Because Jórvík is really interesting. Jórvík is the old Speicherstadt, including the expansion. The original game from Speicherstadt is this board here, but the expansion expanded it to a second area, which including this market here, and it's a bidding game, so therefore I will give you a quick overview about the resources. We have 8 different resources, and some of them are common, like amber, iron, leather, wool or jet, and some of them are rare, like silk, glass and gold. All of these coming into this cloth bag, and every time a ship is drawn, these cubes coming out of the cloth bag onto the ship. I'll show you that in a minute. Currency is the silver tokens here, normal cardboard tokens in the game, and each player is starting with $5, so therefore not too much. This is a starting player token, and you can play it with up to 5 players, blue, green, yellow, red and white, and each player has 4 bidding tokens and 1 token to mark the points. What was that? We play the games over 4 seasons. We are starting in winter, then we are going into spring, summer and autumn, and at the last time we have another fight. I explain the fights in a second. What can happen during these turns? So the turn order is printed on the helper cards here. So first of all, the starting player, which is moving clockwise, will flip over the cards. We have the bunch of cards here, obviously D on the bottom and then B, C, B and A on top. So and you flip over these cards, and these cards are now available. Wow, what a good shuffle. Anyway, let's do it like this here. Obviously you put only 1 card per slot, but just to let you know, this would be a full 5-player game. So, like this, probably because I took out a couple to show to you. So these cards are now available to bid on. In turn order, starting with the starting player, each player is either bid here, later on you can bid another one and another one, or you simply bid here. When you bid here, this card goes up into this slot and nobody else can bid on this card. However, someone could bid here and another one could bid here. In this area, and this is very important, someone could bid here too, and that's it. That's the process how you are bidding on these slots. After everybody bid, it comes to the phase where you are purchasing these cards here. Now we are going from slot number 1 up to 6, and then from 7 to 12 in this order here. So now you ask the first player in line, do you want to buy this card? The cost of this card is 1, 2, 3, 4, because there are 4 meeples right now. If he is passing, yellow can buy it for 3, green can buy it for 2, or blue can buy it for 1. If nobody buys it, the card will be discarded, and that's it. Now this one, nobody is bidding on it, will be discarded. This could be purchased by green for 1, and so on. These are a little bit different. It really matters how many cards are here. In this case, for an example, white can buy this card for 4. There are 4 bids on it. Red can buy this card for 3, blue this for 2, and white this one for 1. Then you get these cards, and all these cards have different effects. Let's take a look at the different cards. First of all, these cards here, indicated here with the hammer, are contract cards. To fulfill the contract to get the 11 victory points, the sun symbol here is victory points. You have to have these goods later on and place them on here. This gives you 2 bonus meeples to place them whenever you want. This is a low-key card, this skull symbol here, that allows you to swap meeple once. It's a one-time effect. This is also a one-time effect. These cards, for an example, are delivering goods. Here there will be 1 good delivered, but there are also ships with 2 or 3. That's the way how you can get goods. These cards are battles. Whenever this card is showing up, the person with the most defensive value gets +1 point, the other one gets minus, the person with the lowest defense value gets -1 victory point. This allows you to sell this good here for $2 each time. Card itself is worth 2, you don't have to deliver for it, and so on. So this allows you, each single military card is victory point, so the purple cards are end scoring points. This one here is a military card, range 4, and so on. This is straight 3 victory points, and so on. You play that for seasons. After the last season, after winter, you have 1 more fight with 4 and 4. So the victory points for the attacks going up, and whoever is leading into victory points and the points from contracts and the points from this bonus cards and so on is winning the game. That was a quick overview about the rules, and now let's talk about my personal experiences with Jorvik. First of all, it's a Stefan Feld game, and it's not a point salad, which is very, very unique for Stefan Feld. So usually you are ending up in this area, sometimes here, but not too much. So 50 points would be a good number to win with. There are a couple of things I really, really like on this game. One of the things is all these contracts here. So these contracts, they are exactly or very close to as many goods on the contracts are goods available in the whole pool. You will use all these goods here in a full game of 5 player. So there will be no cube left in a 5-player game. Each cube comes into the game with these cards here. You can take a look here. There are ships with 3 on it and so on. So all these cubes will be used, and for each single cube there's more or less a contract. So that is good. So the demand of gold is not super high because there are only a limited number of contracts for gold. However, there are always the selling options. This one here allows you to sell glass for 2. This is an additional card, and therefore the demand is a little bit higher than the source of the cubes. This is a thing I really like. Another thing I really like is this bidding mechanism. It's brilliant. Money is always tight in games like this, and money is common knowledge, so you know exactly green has, for an example, $3 here. And if you really need this card and wanted to overbid green, even if as a white one, why not adding someone here? Yellow is probably not too interested, or also has only 2 coins, so you know green cannot afford it, yellow cannot afford it. You can afford it, but why should you buy it for 2? You can buy it for 1. Things like that are really clever and cool. Another cool thing is you are limited to exactly 4 bidding tokens. There's, except for this one card, no other card to get more bidding tokens. This is also very, very good. And even if it looks like a worker placement game, it's not a worker placement game. Another thing that I really like is in our test rounds, we always ended up very tight in points. So 42 to 35 was a span between the winner and the loser. That was, 7 points. That's not a lot of. That's a great, great, great way to score at the end. So you're not out of the game if you're not good. Another thing I really like, and that was probably one of the best things ever, money is so tight. However, if you're down to $3, for an example, you will get each round either 2 new bucks or a third one. You get 2 if you buy a card. If you buy no card, you get 3. Let's assume you start with 3 and you buy no card. Now you have 6. Another person started out with 6 from the previous round, or even 7, and spent 5 of them, or even 6 of them, to purchase 2 cards or 3 cards, and now he's down to 1, and he's getting 2. So when you are not buying one round, in the next round you are super powerful and can overbid almost everybody. The balance between the money is also very, very good. It's super balanced. It's as this one was a good, it's really balanced. You can feel and you can see that this game is definitely a reprint. So all of the good developed things from the previous game and from all the experience of the gamers all around the world is built in here. That is great. The new cards, like the Loki cards, are feeling super balanced, even if they are feeling powerful, but it's just a one shot. It's really good, it's great. Everybody liked that new additions to the game. So yeah, that was great. There's something that is obviously not great, because in most of the games there's something that is not great. This is, I will try to show it to you here on the deck A. Where's my deck A? Obviously it's here. So this one here, this is what I wanted to show you. Let's assume you have this contract here. This contract shows you need leather, you need wool, you need jet, and you need amber. This contract, which is not a contract, this is a merchandise contract, allows you to sell leather for 1 gold. As you can see, leather has here a brown background. Here it's just the leather symbol. Leather is brown, so therefore a brown cube goes on there. Here you cannot really see it, but it's getting even more weird. On this card it's very clear that you need white here, orange here, and what is this? Is this gray or is it black? Because we have gray cubes and we have black cubes. What is that? In the rulebook it's clear, so this is black. I'll show you the rulebook. Here it says black is jet, very clear. Gray is here, it's iron. But on here, in my opinion, it's not clear. It could be black or iron, but it's getting even a little bit more weird, and I will show you this one when I'm finding this one here. Now you don't have the surrounding, you only have iron, and it looks white, the background. So what do I have to solve for it? The icons in this game are for a company like Eggertspiele and Stronghold Games, they should know exactly how to use icons properly, and in my opinion, this is under average. This iconology is not good. But once you get over this, once you get you jump the step over it, you get a really fast and cool bidding game with a lot of things to keep in mind. So when you buy this for 1 and this for 2, and I only have 4, I cannot afford this one anymore. And this is really clever. It really feels like a puzzle to solve with 5 competitors. That is really cool. It's a lot of fun and comparable fast. Attention, if you have AP players in it, they need a lot of time to place it. Can I afford this and things? They can overthink this game, but that is not happen a lot of, in my opinion. However, I always enjoyed playing Jorvik on the old Speicherstadt, and I only can highly recommend, if you have never purchased Speicherstadt and the expansion, buy Jorvik right now. It's a great game. It's a Stefan Feld game, so what can be wrong with Stefan Feld? Even if it doesn't feel like a real Stefan Feld game, it's a great game, and the publishers are great too. If you already own Speicherstadt and not the expansion is really, really hard to find in the US, so then probably Jorvik is worth it for the expansion. If you only wanted it for the base game and you already have Speicherstadt, probably you can skip it, except for you're a sucker for Viking themes, like lands for an example. So, because then you play with just one map like this, and this is technically the old Speicherstadt. And I don't know if you need a really second version of the old Speicherstadt. yeah, that was my personal experience with Jorvik and all the little things I like it and I don't like it on it. From Stronghold Games, Eggertspiele, my name is Nils, Cyrils Brettspiele durchgespielt, and see you next time. Bye. Bye.